Hello everyone, my name is Stephanie Paoli and today I'll be presenting an overview of the Individuals with Disabilities Education Act, also known as IDEA. This federal law plays a critical role in shaping how children with disabilities receive educational services in the United States. IDEA stands for the Individuals with Disabilities Education Act. Its core purpose is to ensure that all children with disabilities have access to a free, appropriate public education, or FAPE, which is tailored to a student's individual needs in special education programs and related services that help prepare them for their future education, employment, and independent living. IDEA also protects the rights of children and parents and assists educational agencies in meeting these goals. IDEA was defined in the book The Law in Special Education by Mitchell Yell in this way. It ensures that all children with disabilities have available to them a free, appropriate public education that emphasizes special education and related services designed to meet their unique needs and prepare them for further education, employment, and independent living, to ensure the rights of children with disabilities and parents of such children are protected, to assist states, localities, educational service agencies, and federal agencies to provide for the education of all children with disabilities. IDEA is structured into 4 distinct parts: a specific area of need and implementation, which I'll explain next. Part A is general provisions. Part B, assistance for education of all children with disabilities. Part C, infants and toddlers with disabilities. And Part D, national activities to improve education of children with disabilities. Each part addresses a specific area of need and implementation, which I'll explain next. Part A. Part A is general provisions, addresses these key facts. Part A provides the foundation for IDEA. It covers the historical background and key definitions. For example, FAPE, which is free and appropriate public education. It also clarifies the rights of students with disabilities and outlines the requirements for qualified special education teachers. Part B, assistance for education of all children with disabilities. Part B is perhaps the most widely recognized. It requires states to ensure that children aged 5 through 21 receive FAPE, a free and appropriate public education, through an individualized education plan, or also known as an IEP. It emphasizes parental involvement, professional development for teachers, and accountability, which also includes how the student will be monitored and how their progress will be measured. Part C, infants and toddlers with disabilities. Part C targets early intervention for infants and toddlers with disabilities from age birth to 3 years old. The goal is to support developmental growth as early as possible. Services may be delivered in the child's home, and this part also includes transition planning for when the child enters preschool or kindergarten. Last is Part D, national activities to improve education of children with disabilities. Part D focuses on improving outcomes by investing in national activities like research, training, and professional development. This includes initiatives to support children with autism and other disabilities, and funding for assistive technologies that enhance learning for students with disabilities. The major principles of the IDEA. Some of the major principles of IDEA are zero reject, which ensures that all students with a disability are entitled to FAPE, a free and appropriate education, regardless of the severity of the disability. The next one is identification and an appropriate evaluation, which implements a proper evaluation and identifying a child with a specific disability. The next one is free, appropriate public education, or FAPE, which guarantees every child with a disability the right to a free and appropriate public education. The next one is a least restrictive environment, also known as an LRE, which was created to make sure that students with disabilities are provided services alongside their non-disabled classmates. The next one is procedural safeguards, which is the part of IDEA that protects the interests of a child with disabilities. For example, the notifying of a parent for a child before an evaluation can begin or before a meeting can take place. The next one is technology-related assistance, which established funds for technology for students with disabilities. Then there is personal development, which mandates states to submit a comprehensive plan that outlines the type and number of needed personnel to fulfill the objectives of IDEA. An individualized education plan, also known as an IEP. This plan outlines the implementation of student goals, the specific ways the student will receive services, and how the students will be monitored. And last, and perhaps most important, is a parental participation, which ensures that the parent or parents play a pivotal role in their child's education, progress, and is involved in the development of their child's IEP, or their individualized education plan. We have come to the end of this presentation. My main reference for this presentation was the textbook, The Law and Special Education by Mitchell-Yell. Thank you for your attention. I hope this helped you understand the importance and structure of IDEA. Thank you.